It's time to check in. I'm Tony.
This is Vivi.
Last episode, we talked a lot about spending. So guess what I did? I went out to buy a lottery ticket.
Is it because I was talking about my spending habits and now you're thinking that we don't have enough money to continue that?
I'm just self-reflecting on how I collect money too slow and trying to find a way to collect faster.
Are you that lucky though?
Lucky enough to get you, but that's probably it.
You used all your luck to go get a wife.
All right, enough of that. All our listeners are now tuning out because it's now too lovey-dovey. Now let's just talk about what if we win the lottery? That's this thought that everyone has when they buy a lottery ticket.
I actually never really buy lottery tickets. I don't really believe that I can win for some reason.
So the odds are you aren't going to win.
Then why would I go buy it, right?
Well, I just bought a dream for $2. It was either that or a chocolate bar. So I decided to just choose the lottery ticket for once.
I guess that might have a better return of money than the chocolate bar, because then the chocolate bar will just go down the toilet later.
Yeah, in a different form of a chocolate bar, but okay.
So when you bought that lottery ticket, Tony, what were your hopes and dreams that you're trying to achieve here?
I was just hoping to win something. I didn't put too much on it, just one set of numbers.
Was it the random picks?
Yes, it is.
So you didn't even pick your own number?
People pick their own numbers?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, I'm not that lucky, so I'll let the machine pick for me.
Yeah, some people actually buy the same set of numbers every single time because they just believe that those are the numbers that will win them the money.
How many times has it worked for them?
I don't know. I don't know anyone that won, unfortunately. Or they just hid from me this whole time.
That's true. If you do win, it's best to have a low profile because if you are known that you've won this jackpot, suddenly everyone knows you. Everyone remembers who you are, and they're going to try to connect with you.
But I heard that if you win the lottery, there's really not much of a way to stay low profile, at least when you first win, because they have to post it. It's legally required for you to go and claim it in public.
You just pray that your friends and relatives are not constantly checking that site to see if they see a familiar face.
I've seen people wear a mask, though, to go and claim their reward.
Oh, that's legal? Oh, that's interesting. That's a good strategy, actually.
Are you planning for our future already?
Well, let's see how that ticket goes first. But let's dream of what we're going to do if we do win.
Are you going to split the money with me? That's the biggest question. Since you bought it and we are married, but some people do ghost their significant other once they win.
We're in a great relationship, okay? So if we do win, we're in a place where we could comfortably split it if necessary. And isn't it by law that if we're married, the fortune is split in half?
Yeah, if we divorce.
Yeah, so if I decide to be a twat about it, you could just pull that card. Voila, you get half. And you get to pay half the taxes as well for it.
Oh, thanks.
But we're not going to be like, oh, we suddenly have a lot of money and suddenly this money is going to overwhelm our relationship, right?
I don't think so. But I definitely would have some plans for that money if you do win, Tony.
Oh, like what?
Well, I think I would quit my job and travel the world.
Wait, we're talking about money that is enough to sustain us permanently, right? And we're not talking about just winning six figures.
Yeah, I'm talking about a big jackpot. I mean, if you dream, you better dream big, man. I'm not just dreaming about I won $10. I could go buy a few more lottery tickets.
But I was referring to, let's say you win 150,000. You can't just quit your job, right?
I can't. I'll probably have to try to find a way to invest that money so that it makes me more money. I'll leave that to you.
Of course, you should put all that money in my hands.
The money collector.
Well, first we must also understand that if you get this huge windfall, be ready for legal repercussions. Taxes is real. Other things that I don't really know about. I'm not an accountant by profession, so consult someone who has knowledge on this front and don't take it from us.
Dude, we be dreaming here. Let's not talk about the realistic stuff, okay, Tony, until we actually win it. We could talk about that then.
Okay, fine. We win so much money, we could, of course, allocate some aside for taxes and stuff.
And for your collection?
Yeah, so I could actually swim in a bathtub with money this time.
Why a bathtub? At that point, you probably will have a swimming pool of it.
No, swimming pool, the money could blow away in the air. I'm that cheap.
All right, so none for our neighbors?
Well, I preferably would want to take care of myself and people I care about first.
I hope I'm in there.
Yes, you're in there. And at the same time, we're talking about a lot of money that we don't even need that much of. So we could do a lot of lavish things. I have a lot of thoughts of what I want to do with that money.
Okay, so let me hear it. What are you going to do with all that money you won?
I'm going to quit my job.
Oh, you too?
Of course, the one most expensive thing in the world is your own personal time, if you think about it.
Or more like priceless thing.
Yeah, you can't put a price tag on it. If you suddenly have all this money, why would you need to work a 9 to 5 job that just earns you some money that you no longer need because you already have a mountain of? So I quit my job. I get 8 hours per day back. I could use that to take care of myself. I'm going to finally lavish myself in products, massage, facials, and all that lovely stuff the ladies do. I'm going to look fabulous.
Oh, wow. So only not winning the lottery has been holding you back. Is that what you're telling me right now?
If that is the way to achieving youth and just being healthy, I'm all for it. I'm kind of afraid of lotion. I hope they use less of those stuff. But if I have that much money, I'll learn to get used to it.
So how about traveling the world, though? Because that's one of the reasons why we work is to have money to go and travel and see the rest of the world.
That is an interesting point. I think instead of traveling the world, I would probably buy a house in interesting corners of the world. Like
just one house, or are you talking about multiple houses?
It does require upkeep to have multiple houses. I just want one house in Europe, one house on the East Coast, one in Asia. So if I need to, I just travel to those places and put my foot down and I have a comfortable place to stay if I'm in that area.
Would you make it like a business, kind of like an Airbnb, or is it just strictly for us to live in?
Why would I want to do an Airbnb? I don't need money from Airbnb.
So you just need enough money. You don't want more and more and more money from your jackpot.
For my own personal expenses and upkeep, I don't want any affiliation with business with it. I could allocate some money for investments, but if I'm personally enjoying those handful of places that I stay in, I prefer to keep it private. Maybe to some friends and family, but I'm not going to make it an Airbnb.
I thought you were going to go off the space of the earth and not let any of your friends know.
If they find out, good for them. I'll offer a place to stay. I don't even know where I would want to plant a house in Asia. What's a good idea? Japan?
I guess you can. That is one of the places we keep returning to, right?
Yeah, probably just get a place in the rural area in Japan. That'd be a pretty good idea. Somewhere in Europe, just plant an idea. Maybe a penthouse in New York.
Wow.
I have this all thought out. What's up?
Man, you dream more than I do. Let's just say that. Because I've never dreamed about winning the lottery. It's not something that I feel is that realistic. But because you made me think about it for this topic, I'd buy my family a house.
They have a place to stay. Why do you need to buy them another house?
I think it's because my parents had implanted this idea in me since I was very young. They would always say, will you buy me a house when you get older? And as an innocent, naive kid, you're like, yeah, I'm going to buy you and daddy a house or something like that. Right now, because obviously this market is not really possible for me to even buy a house for them.
No, it's possible in Detroit if you're up for it.
Oh, no. I don't think they'd like that very much, even though they were never very specific on where the house needed to be. But I don't think they'd be happy if it was in another part of the U.S. that they don't even like.
They'll be far, far away from you. You can't hear them.
Hey, don't get in my mind now. But right now, it's just not really possible to buy them a house, at least in the Bay Area. So I guess if I ever were to have won the lottery, I think that would be one of the things on my list. Maybe not like the number one thing, but that's something that pops in my mind. I feel like I've been brainwashed by my parents too much, though.
I think they'll also appreciate a chauffeur, too, so they don't have to drive themselves around.
Oh, are you trying to advocate for them right now?
Yeah, of course. They're your family. They should enjoy not only having a nice place to stay, they also could enjoy the luxury of being driven around. It could be your chauffeur, too. It's just part-timing for your family.
We'll hire one of our friends.
You want to really do that?
No, I'm just kidding. Some friends say, oh, if you ever get rich, I want to work for you or something. I guess that's the opportunity, right?
We're not taking any inquiries right now, so don't start emailing us about it.
Well, even if we win the lottery, they might not be able to find us, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah, we're going to travel, right? Disappear off the face of the earth, just traveling somewhere in this world.
Like nomads?
Probably. world has just so much to offer. We want to go see somewhere new until we get tired of traveling and we just take a break for a bit, and then we'll just continue the travel book.
It's a dream though, Tony. It's not real life just yet. Not until they go and read those numbers and you hit that jackpot.
So we continue dreaming. I have been dreaming of my dream home.
Okay, tell me about it.
So I want that location somewhere in the Bay Area because of its superior weather.
So your wife doesn't go and scream at you that it's too hot and we can afford air conditioning?
It's just if you step outside of the building, it's still pleasant. You catch my drift?
Yeah.
I've been marinating on this thought. What is the most luxurious thing that a dream house could have?
Don't tell me it's the walk-in closet.
It's very similar, but the overarching idea is you have a lot of storage space.
Oh my God, this is like so realistic.
If you imagine walk-in closet, you get to walk into a nice closet where you could just put all your clothes and it's just nicely fashionably organized, nice beautiful space that you are comfortable walking in. In the kitchen, there's this thing called the pantry where you could put a lot of your dry food and just food-related items. You could walk in there as nice and comfortable instead of just clustering your kitchen cabinet and your kitchen counters. Storage is actually one of the biggest luxuries. And of course, I want storage for cars. I want a 12-car garage, please.
It sounds like I could just buy you one of those extra storage lots or something with lots of different storage containers and you'd be happy.
No, I need storage performed in finesse.
Not just boxes?
No, not just boxes and warehouses, please. I like them artistically designed.
I can't believe that that's the thing that you dream of after you win the jackpot, though. That's a very interesting idea.
Wait, so what would you dream of for like a dream house?
It would be luxurious looking. It would look modern. I would definitely like a very open concept place where I can host parties if we still have friends.
Okay, so you're going for the whole Great Gatsby approach where it's just a nice lavish house, throws parties, just have fun there all the time.
Yeah, and enjoy the place. And also a very nice kitchen because I do like cooking.
Does that kitchen come with 4 or 5 dishwashers now?
That'd be great. Like actual people?
Wait, actually, now that I think about it, if you were that loaded from the lottery, you probably could just hire people to clean up after you.
That's what I was thinking when you said dishwasher.
Oh, I was thinking the appliance. I wasn't expecting you to hire someone to actually perform the work for you. My goodness.
At that point, I'm so lazy, I don't even want to lift a finger. I just want to cook and someone else can clean for me.
Wow.
Sounding hella entitled here, huh?
Oh, is that how you dream?
Yeah, things that actually don't seem very realistic. I don't really dream about real things. That's why it's called a dream, Tony. I ain't dreaming about no storage closets here.
Man, if we one day do move in a place with finely designed storage spaces, you would understand where I'm coming at. Having a nice pantry is a great quality of life and it is very pleasing.
But you know how like I mentioned the walk-in closet? That has always been a dream of yours, I feel like. Surprisingly, for someone that says he doesn't have that much clothes, you dream about having a really nice walk-in closet. Every time you see a walk-in closet online, you always show me and I'm like, wow, this is like a little girl's dream, except this is Tony's dream. I don't even dream about that.
So I have been in a few walk-in closets in my life before. They are just this quiet, serene space where it's so comfortable to be in. Granted, they were not clustered and poorly organized. If it's poorly organized, it will be an eyesore for sure. But in a proper walk-in closet, it feels very good. It feels like a sense of peace in there.
But you know, when you think about walk-in closets, like at least on the TV and movies, it's like a lot of designer or like expensive things displayed out. But can you imagine your closet being displayed? Your holy shirts, your holy socks?
One must not forget where they came from to stay grounded. As much as we talk about spending on a lot of lavish stuff, we should remember our roots. And
So you want to display that in your walk-in closet?
Yeah, such holy sacred items. Why not?
It's a definitely different vibe than your typical walk-in closet.
If it's finally executed, it will look just as nice.
I'd like to see that. So I hope your dream comes true.
Yeah, we pray those numbers just match ours.
I definitely think that if we were to win the lottery, upgrading our home would be one of the top priorities. Not that I don't enjoy our current home. It's just, of course, if we have the extra money and we can afford it, yeah, why not, right? But there's another thing that I did think of if I had the extra money after winning the jackpot is to build a pet sanctuary.
Connected to the house, or you just want a lot somewhere where it's a pet sanctuary?
Either or, I don't really mind. I mean, I haven't thought that far into it yet
So why a pet sanctuary?
because I love dogs, I love cats, I love all pets, anything that's furry. They need a home, and I could provide that. And since money ain't a thing anymore, I can use all the money that I have to feed them and provide them care.
Why not feed me?
I am feeding you. You got your money, that's all good.
That is very noble of you. And given the amount of pets that land in shelters, you would definitely be giving them a very comfortable space. Until they start fighting, then, you have a huge problem in your hands.
And I just have lots of love to give to pets. It gives me also something to do during the day.
But if you do have like 30 or 40 furry friends in the pet sanctuary, wouldn't that kind of dilute the affection and emotion you have for each and every one of them?
No, I got a lot of love to give. And don't worry, I got love for you too. But it would be a money sinkhole given that you would literally just be paying and not really getting much money back.
But hey, at that point, why would you care?
Exactly. We're loaded, right? Or we're dreaming that we are.
But do you have any specific materialistic item that you would want to buy? Something you couldn't afford when you were younger or prior to winning the lottery?
Yeah, I talked about it already. My parents' home.
What about bags or designer products? Anything material items that would catch your eye?
Not really. I actually did not think about that. I mean, I don't even buy designer items or anything really expensive to begin with right now. I guess I never thought about if I had all the money in the world, like what would I actually spend it on? Maybe a private jet?
Okay, Taylor Swift.
Hey, but if we're going to go and travel all the time, it'd be great if we can have a private jet where you could be very comfortable and not have to sit in an economy.
I was just dreaming of premium economy, and you're saying private jet. Wow, look at you right here.
You're the one that made me think about it. You're the one that like, oh, what material thing would you want? Okay, what would you want?
I have a few nostalgia items that I've liked before, and I definitely want to get my hands on, some of the 90s cars.
So other than collecting money, you want to collect expensive cars or old cars?
Yeah, namely just old cars and not expensive. I mean, they're expensive by nature now because it's hard to get. I guess I enjoy driving around.
So you wouldn't need no chauffeur.
That is correct, but I do not want to be a chauffeur neither.
Oh, so you have a problem driving me around?
No. You're fine. If I don't want to drive you, I'll drive the single-seaters.
Where am I going to sit?
You get to drive the other single-seater. If we were to travel with that much amount of expendable money, I think we'll definitely be doing this thing called wintering well. So I heard this term where very rich people, they would just stay at a different place in the world just to quote unquote get through the season. Like where they originally live might be extremely intense in the summer or extremely cold in the winter. They would tend to migrate somewhere like birds. We probably would be doing something similar to that, right?
Well, I think about hibernation all the time. At least now when I work, I wish I could hibernate in the winter and not have to go to work. Is that what you mean?
No, they actually go to like a nice warm place during the winter. And in the summer, where certain places are very hot, they go migrate to a place where it's nice and cool.
Which we can utilize your different homes in the world.
Yeah, that was my original plan. So you see how much foresight I got going on with this?
You sure planned this quite well, starting from the beginning of financial advisors until many steps down the road.
Well, funny enough, there's always been these huge jackpots where it goes over like $1 billion or something. And then the office, we just have a few friends pull together some money and we just all dream together. And yeah, I guess those dots never left me. And I remember one of them dreamed about having a huge bathroom and just having a 90-inch TV in there as well. So those are just hilarious, listening to people dream.
I also want to hear what our listeners would do with their jackpot money if they were to win the lottery. So leave us a comment and let us know what you would spend your money on if you won the jackpot.
Please just share $20 with me. I don't need you guys to share a fortune, just $20.
Wow, that's asking for not very much. Is your friendship only worth 20?
No, I'm going to start with 20 and just going to make my way up.
Oh, so you're one of those friends.
I'm a leech.
That's why you think your friends will be a leech. which is why you want to get away from them when we win the lottery.
It takes one to know one. But with a more serious note about winning the lottery, instead of just lavishing in luxury, traveling in style,
And
just,
materials.
yeah. The one thing I really highly suggest everyone, regardless of whether you win the lottery or not, it's just easier if you win the lottery, is to take care of yourself. Self-love.
Oh, something that you are not as strong about. But I get what you mean, because when you have the money and you don't need to end up going to work anymore, you do have a lot more time to think about yourself and taking care of your health so that you live a little longer to even be able to use the money that you won, right?
Yes, that is very true. Working an 8-hour job every day, it will put a toll on your body. Whether you sit in front of a computer, you're hunched over, your lower back might hurt, you have ergo issues. If you're working some sort of labor job, you're doing a repetitive motion that might not be healthy for you as well. Your body has taken a certain toll. And depending on how old you are, younger folks, you guys got it good for now. Just a pro tip from the old fart.
You're not that old now, okay?
Old enough for me to tell the tale, you know. I met that mile point marker where everyone said, oh, your body will tell you you're going to feel it now. The next day, my body felt it. So those guys were like speaking like prophets. But I say it to the younger folks, same thing. Take care of your body while you're young. So it's easier for you as you get older. Because the older you get, the harder it is to take care of your body, right? Have that thought in your mind. If you have money, just invest in yourself. Put money in physical training, getting to young body age.
It is important. I feel like even though we did not win the jackpot, that is something we've been focusing on and trying to achieve. It's just if you have more time and don't have to work, and you also have the ability to pay for it, then it makes things much easier.
And faster.
Oh man, I would definitely hope to get massaged pretty often too. Go to the spas, do a lot of things that are health and fitness related, mental being related. That would be great.
How about yoga by the ocean?
That would be nice, as long as the ocean isn't that hot.
Oh, so I just had this one thought that came into my mind. If I did have all this money, I want to make a library.
What is this? What are you trying to say?
So you had this idea of you wanting a pet sanctuary, right? What I want to do, if I have all the time, money in the world, and health, I want to just read books. I don't read much books now because I don't have much time to read. But the sensation of sitting in a comfortable chair in a very nice vintage library with a lot of books, and I just get to enjoy it and read in peace, that actually sounds great, doesn't it?
Is this going to be on our property or somewhere else?
Actually, it being on our property, so as a private library, sounds pretty good as well. I don't know about sharing. I mean, I could share, but I don't want little kids running around in my library. That's the one thing I didn't like about public libraries.
So you don't want to share your fortune with the next generation?
If I'm out of town, they could feel free to read a book or two. Just don't rip out pages, please.
What kind of kid were you, man?
Oh, man. Don't act like you haven't seen the public library books. I read enough of those comic books where, oh, it's the page where this main character goes insane. Ripped, page out.
I've seen the ones with nudity ripped out.
Yeah, those little horny boys. I know. I read through some of those books too, and then right to that page, square missing. Another square missing. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess it's a horny picture.
Well, your library won't be that kind of library, I'm guessing.
I guess less of the comic books, but more actual reading. It's nice and peaceful if you read, and it's very enjoyable.
I'm seeing a different side of you today, Tony. You're a totally different person after you win the lottery.
This is the side of me that I would partake in the moment I no longer have immense responsibilities.
I think it's time for you to go to sleep now, Tony.
Oh, why? Why should I go to sleep?
Because that's where you can dream.
Oh, man, you got me. Let's just wait till the lottery number comes out first.
And on that note, it's time to check out. This is Vivi.
This is Tony.
If you don't hear from us next week, you know what happened.
Bye.
Bye.